it just dilutes the rotation, right? And you have guys that are situational players. What was unique about Jermaine is he wasn't Will McDonald. He was a guy who can play all three downs. He was a guy that was good against the run and the pass. McDonald may be a more natural pass rusher, but you have to be able to stop the run to get to the pass. And this is when, like, a loss of a guy like Franklin Myers hurts, because his ability to be a defensive tackle but then stand up and go outside and be able to rush as well. So now you got to try and figure out, how do I generate pass rush? And if I'm an opposing team, I'm going to say, okay, if we're going to throw, let's throw on first and second down, because we know that they're going to come with that NASCAR package for third down. So let's try and see if we can sneak some yards that way. So they got to adjust to the adjustment. These are times where you look at guys like Quinnen Williams as well and say, okay, can you play outside like Chris Jones does and be able to give us pass rush, because maybe we can get another big body in there that can maybe give you some pass rush. Maybe you have Solomon Thomas and Kinlaw inside and push Quinnen out to the outside. You got to be creative, and Will on one side, because now teams are going to want to attack the edges, and now you have to game plan for that. So now inserting your safeties, to that side to try and make sure that you slant the line, and it's going to be important to hold the edges, because that's what they lost in week one. And, you hope that they can make something happen with Hasaan Reddick, but even with Hasaan Reddick, even though he's a high-volume player, he wasn't the complete run stopper that Jermaine was. Yeah. This was probably the biggest loss that they could have, because he plays so many snaps. He's going to give you 80% of the snaps. Him and Quinnen plays the majority of the snaps. Everybody else rotates in around them. He's a guy that you can count on down in and down off a high volume.
Do they have one single player that can replace Jermaine?
No, they don't, right? So do you
go out and get someone?
Well, you hope that you can go out, and I mentioned this guy last week, but he's really a specialist as well, Yannick Ngakoue, and I have a paper here that kind of talks about him. He's 29 years old. I know he's been around for so long. He's been with the Ravens. He came in with Jacksonville, Chicago. Last year was probably his lowest year at 4 sacks. But he's a guy that's usually a 9 to 10 sack type of guy. He's got 69 career sacks, 142 hits. That's some productivity. But can you bring him in, and can you convince him to be more of a run stopper, be more physical? I don't know. The fastest thing is to figure out the contract situation with Hasaan Reddick. And hope that you can get that, but you have to come from within, because even when he comes in, he's not going to be ready to go immediately. You got to work him in as well. So that's why, and then it's compounded by the fact that C.J. Mosley is hurt. So now that C.J. Mosley's hurt, now you thin out as well. But that's the NFL, and that's why, this year I think the Jets are more prepared than they've been in any other years. You saw Sherwood step up and showed that he was ready. It was all reports saying that he had a great camp, and he showed it. He showed that he was ready to take the next step. And now they have to figure things out, 3-4, 4-3, and have different packages for people, and they may have to be more aggressive and blitz people and put the onus on the outside guys. Hopefully DJ Reed can come back this week, and you can put things on the guys on the outside, because the Patriots don't really have a legitimate threat on the outside. So you hope that, okay, we can put all the pressure on the corners, and let's load this box, and let's get to Jacoby Brissett, who's a veteran who knows how to play this game.